Alright, so I just got this roll of ISO 50 film developed, and I have a confession to make. It's my new favorite film, and in this video, we're checking out why. For this trip, I grabbed my Brevity Jumper backpack and packed up my Mavic Mini 2 drone for overhead shots. I also packed up my Konica C35 EF 35mm compact camera for all the film shots. There's Beans making his way into the video. Lastly, I packed up a roll of Kodak Vision3 ISO 50 film. This roll has 36 exposures and was hand-rolled by Negative Film Lab in Chiang, Thailand. They also hand-roll ISO 100, 200, and 400 cinema film. I definitely recommend them if you're ever in the city. Once I finished packing up, I hit the road to pick up my girlfriend Sydney. Our 50-minute journey outside of Chiang Mai took us to the Mae Rim District. A quiet, beautiful, mountainous area perfect for film photography.
It's fun.
For our accommodation, Sid chose Ban Suwan Maya, a scenic guest house with a gorgeous view of a mountain farming valley. The air at the top of the mountain was super fresh, but was also a little chilly and overcast. Not ideal for ISO 50 film. So, what is ISO 50 film exactly? Well, ISO, or film speed, is how sensitive the film is to light. It's like a scale that goes from low to high. The lower the ISO number, the less sensitive the film is to light. The higher, the more sensitive. When it's bright outside, you can use a low ISO number like this roll of ISO 50. But when it's darker, like in the evening, you might need a higher ISO number like 400 or even 800. As I loaded the Konica with film, I was getting a little nervous that the cloudy sky would drastically affect the images. You'll see in a sec that the ISO 50 film really held up and the results surprised the heck out of me. For this shot, I snapped off 1 to advance the film. It's massively overexposed, and don't worry, it's all uphill from here. Right when we started getting cozy, the rain came. For my second shot, I braved the rain and photographed the foggy horizon to see how well the film would do in low light. The subtle value and atmospheric perspective look great juxtaposed to the light leak on the left. Sid then threw on her sweatshirt and tried her chances with the rain. This image was taken with direct flash, and I love how she glowed against the soft background.
Cool. Good job, man.
She took the same shot of me, and I adore the raw and gritty aesthetic of these flash images. Then it was time for dinner. In true Thai fashion, we went for moo kata. Moo kata resembles Korean barbecue and Japanese or Chinese hot pot using charcoal. Sliced meat, or in our case pork, is grilled on the metal dome while veggies and noodles are boiled around it. A chunk of fat is commonly grilled at the top of the pan to prevent the food from sticking. Moo kata is usually served with nam chim suki, a popular chili-based dipping sauce.
That's the good stuff.
This cat joined our feast and I had to get a photo. In this case, the flash blew out some of the highlights. We ate so much that we could have burst. After filling up and enjoying nature, we hit the sack to have an early start. Day 2 started with this morning landscape. With its fine grain and high level of detail, ISO 50 film is capable of capturing intricate textures and small details with precision like in this photo. Once Sid woke, we walked to the roof to catch the sunrise. Here's our last flash photo of the trip. On the way back to our room, I snapped this out-of-focus landscape. The color of the film, though, has a rich and vivid color palette that retains a sense of naturalness that I adore. As the sun came out a bit, we made some coffee. The daylight skin tones of the Vision3, like in this portrait, tend to be rendered with a pleasing warmth and lifelike appearance. making it well suited for portrait photography. We used the Konic's timer function to get a photograph of the two of us. Once we packed up, we headed up the mountain to Mae Rim, a mountainous village of ethnically diverse Hmong tribespeople, and the cold weather combined with gorgeous mountain views. We visited Rao Dak Lam Now Community Garden, a big mountainside flower field with many varieties of flowers. The views are normally incredible, but today the overcast clouds covered the mountain range. We took advantage of these vibrant purple verbena flowers to see how the ISO 50 would hold up. The flowers popped under the overcast sky, and the Konic's depth of field was creamy and smooth. The film's lower sensitivity allows it to capture a wide range of colors and enhance depth and subtlety. While the sun was mostly blocked by clouds, the natural warm lighting created a gentle and pleasing atmosphere. There were subtle variations in tones and a smooth tonal range. And even though the day wasn't exactly how we had imagined, we had a great time getting creative with portraits. Shooting on ISO 50 film in cloudy weather challenged us to explore and experiment with lighting and find unique perspectives. It encouraged creativity and helped me develop a deeper understanding of light and its impact on the final image. I'm in love with the results, and I think any photographer should try out ISO 50 at least once. With only a few more frames left on the roll, we started riding down the mountain toward home. On our last stop, we checked out the monument of King Naresuan the Great. The equestrian statue is set in front of Doi Suthep Mountain and is about 30 minutes from Chiang Mai City. There's also a bunch of heavy military equipment, and we had fun composing a few of our last shots in the direct sun. The fine grain, sharpness, and balanced exposures of these sunny photos was exactly why most people choose ISO 50. And just as we were heading to our last stop, our back tire blew out. Sid and I were a little sad, but luckily a cool cafe called Summary was right next to the repair shop. We ordered a few cold drinks and took a few photos while we waited for an update. After a few minutes, the mechanic showed us the damage, added up our costs, and we sipped our coffees while taking our last remaining frame. Overall, ISO 50 film is a beast, and it has truly captured my heart, especially in low-light situations. While Kodak Vision 3 is a solid choice, I genuinely believe that any ISO 50 film is worth a shot. It has this remarkable ability to surprise you with its results, revealing delicate details and preserving the mood even in limited light. Remember, don't limit yourself to just one brand. There's a whole world of ISO 50 films waiting to be explored, each with its own unique charm. Embrace the creative possibilities that come with fine-grained, accurate colors and balanced exposures. And thank you so much for joining me on this journey and exploring the beauty of ISO 50 film together.